What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mayon Jones here, back here with another video, and we back here with another weekly prediction. And now week 10 is finished, and now we're on week 11 right now with our NFL picks. Last week I went 9-5, which I did really good, and my overall record is 90-58, which that's pretty good. I'm getting close to 100, so yeah. And we got these two on a bye week, which is the Colts and Saints. So yeah. So before I give you my video for the NFL Week 11 picks for the 2025 season, don't forget to put a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to my channel more options, and comment down your opinion below to see who you got winning Week 11. So basically, I chose the Patriots to win 41-10, and basically they won 27-14. So yeah. So by the way, let's get started here. So yeah. So we got the Washington Commanders against the Miami Dolphins. Miami is favored by 2.5. If Jaden was playing, I think Washington would be favored. I don't know. So so basically it could go either way if Jaden was playing. But at the same time, I can't wait to see this game. Um this comes to the wire though of who's gonna get the edge. Obviously, you know, the the Commanders, they have not been looking good, and the Dolphins are coming off a huge win against the Bills. I thought I liked how the way Miami played against Buffalo. I thought they ran the ball really well, and they was able to throw the ball a little bit. And I like how the way their defense looked against the Bills. Like, they forced turnovers, they caused mistakes and all that. Now, I feel like they could do it again against Washington because they're playing against a quarterback who's not good at Mariota, and Mariota has not been good for them. And they're missing Terry McLaurin, and without Terry McLaurin, their offense stinks. Because we know Zach Ertz, he's kind of slow, and Deebo Samuel seems like he's running through quicksand, and he looks like he's not very good and he can't separate. And their offensive line has not been playing good. Their defense is totally bad. Like, their linebackers, they don't have quick speed at linebacker. Their defensive line is not good. They can't get pressure. Like, they can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Especially on defense, they are ranked dead last, especially in pass defense, and totally 29th in total defense. And they also are bad against the run as well. So yeah, and we also saw the Lions ran for over 200 yards against the Commanders as well, where they can't stop the run, especially. So yeah, so basically so yeah, So basically it can go either way. And the Commanders defense is not playing as good as they should be. Like they're slow on defense. And Miami's gonna be able to run the ball. They're gonna be able to throw the ball like they did against Detroit. And everything's about speed, like quick passes, motion, like quick throws and all that. And the Commanders defense has been struggling with it as well. Mm. So so yeah, so basically that can go either way. And I feel like it could be closer if Mariota can play really good. But what I'm seeing, the Commanders are not a good team though. And I feel like they're both sitting at 3-7. They both stink. I trust Miami in this game. I think the Dolphins win. And the reason for it is that I feel like the Dolphins got the more explosive offense. Jalen Waddle will be a problem for any defense like the Commanders, who's playing terrible. Um, the defense is playing really good. I mean, they're playing really good in the secondary, especially up front. And I think Devon Achane will be a problem as well, which I don't think the Commanders defense will have an answer for. So, yeah, so basically, I think the Dolphins win. I think the Dolphins cover. So I'm picking them both ways. I'm picking the Dolphins to win and cover. Next game, we have the Carolina Panthers against the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's 3.5 favorites against them. This game right here can totally go either way. Now, most people could be picking Carolina because Carolina, they're pretty much on the rise, keeping their playoff hopes alive because they're coming off an embarrassing loss against the Saints. Now, last time when these two teams played, the Panthers did destroy them 30-0. That's when the Panthers defense played really good, forced turnovers, mistakes. Now, the Falcons, pretty much like their offense is not as good as it used to be. And, they have been struggling lately and they can't run the football. And Michael Penix is not really good and he can't get the ball out quick. He's so inaccurate. And Bryce Young is so inaccurate too because the Panthers don't have a vertical passing game. But both of their defenses are really good. The Panthers defense did improve throughout the middle of the season. And the Falcons defense, has been up and down lately. Now their run defense was really bad last week where they really let Jonathan Taylor rush for over 200 yards. And that's when the Colts ran the ball for 300 yards in that game. Where the Falcons run defense was so putrid in that game. Because now they're ranked 29th in run defense right now. But they're 9th in total defense right now. And the Falcons offense is just mid. Like it is though. But in pass defense, now the Panthers, they don't have a vertical passing game. Maybe Atlanta's defense, part of their defense won't look as bad. So as long as their defense can find a way to at least like slow down Rico Dowdle, I feel like they have a chance here. I mean, they're ranked first in pass defense. So as long as they find a way to contain Bryce Young in the run game, they should be able to have a chance to win this game. Now, the Falcons are dealing with some injuries, though. Now, Drake London is dealing with the illness, which I highly doubt he plays. I didn't really know that. You got to make sure you pay attention to that. They already ruled out Leonard Floyd. Zach Harrison's questionable to play. Chris Lindstrom is questionable with the foot, which I think he'll play. So the Falcons defense is probably missing some pieces, though. But I think the Falcons, right, I feel like defense can play with a lot of sound. But here's what the Falcons like to do. They like to play a lot of zone. And Bryce Young sometimes is not good against zone. So if you can force Bryce Young off his first read, that would be perfect. But if you can't run the ball against Carolina, you're in trouble. And the Falcons are going to have to run the ball in this game because their run game has totally has not been the same since week 5. And I just feel like, the Panthers' run defense has been a little bit up and down. I felt the Falcons' offense can move the ball against them. But this game's in Atlanta, though. It should motivate the Falcons. It's hard to see a team beat the team twice in one season. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take the Falcons to win, because I think the Falcons are just a more complete team, and I just really think their defense is a lot better than Carolina's. I don't think Carolina's defense is as good as we think it is, and I just think Atlanta's offense is just a lot better than Carolina. So I think Atlanta wins. I'm gonna take Carolina +3 to keep it close, because I think Carolina will stay competitive in this game, and I think they'll keep it close. Now, I did like how the way Atlanta played against the Colts, which I thought they could have won that game, but it all came down to, like, the Jonathan Taylor, touchdown and all that, where their defense blew it. So yeah, so I think it's gonna be a lower scoring game. I'm probably gonna say like 27-24, something like that, 24-20. So I'm gonna take the Falcons to win. I'll take the Panthers to cover. Next game, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are 5.5-point favorites against So actually this game right here can go either way. So So I kind of really feel like, most people could be on Tampa Bay because, Tampa Bay, they have better weaponry, but they're dealing with a lot of injuries. So as y'all heard the news that Bucky Irvin and Chris Godwin are ruled out for this game. So now they're going to rely on Mecca Buka. Now he looked healthy. Cade Auden, I mean, he's not really good. I mean, now they're going to rely on Sterling Shepard and Tez Johnson to step up. Now the offensive line, now they're deep. I mean, their offensive line. I mean, Luke Hogger, he's questionable to play. They already ruled out Hassan Reddick. So yeah, so they're dealing with some injuries on defense. So yeah, I feel like the injuries on defense could totally help the Bills offense, which I don't really know, because if you look at the Bills offense, like, they literally have the best offense in football compared with the Bucs. But their defenses are a little bit up and down. Now the Bills, their defense looked at putrid, atrocious against Miami. Like, they couldn't stop the run because Devon Achane was tearing them apart. Now they're third in pass defense as well. And the Bills are ranked first in rushing, and the Bucs are 25th in rushing. I don't think the Bucs are going to be able to run the ball as much, but I think the Bills defense should be able to stop the run and load the box to force them in some tough situations. Now, the Bills, they could be getting AJ Epinesa back, and they could be getting Teron Johnson back and Shaq Thompson, which that can totally help their defense a little bit. So they could be getting a little healthier on defense, which that can help their defense play better. I think the Bills' offense could play a lot better here. Now, they totally need Josh Palmer for this game because Keon Coleman, he has been really good lately. But you can argue saying he had a really good game and had a touchdown against the Bills, which that's good. I give him credit for that. But the Bills' offense, like, their receiving weapons are just not playing as good. Like, they're having trouble separating. Against these guys. Like, their receivers can't slow, like they can't catch. And Josh Allen, he hasn't been playing really good lately, but he's been really horrible against the Dolphins. But we're going to see what he can do against Tampa Bay, because I know Tampa Bay has a really good run defense, and I feel like Todd Bowles is probably going to know what he's going to do with his corners. And, what the Bills like to do defensively, they play a lot of zone, and Baker Mayfield is good at beating these zone coverages. And we know Todd Bowles is going to blitz, which he probably will, because you don't want to blitz Josh Allen too much, because if you blitz Josh Allen too much, you'll be in trouble. And I really think that Josh Allen, the Bills' offense, could produce. But I kind of really feel like the Bucs' defense have struggled against top quarterbacks in football. They struggled against Drake May and the Patriots. Like, that's a really good Patriots offense, a really good Patriots team. But I feel like the Bucs' defense is going to get a little bit tested here against Josh Allen and the Bills. But I think this game right here is going to be close. I think it will be competitive, though. It could be a high-scoring game. Who knows? I mean, this is kind of hard to choose. I mean, both teams lost last week. Who could I trust more, the Bucs or the Bills? I mean, this is hard. But I think it will be close. It could be a low-scoring game, which I could totally see it. Maybe a high-scoring game. But I kind of like Tampa Bay with 5.5. I think I'll take them to cover as well. But I'm going to go with the Bills to win this game because the Bills are at home. I think the Bills are a more complete team. They got the better quarterback. And I just really think the Bills offensively can find a way to at least like sustain drives, open up the run game. Like, I think they'll find a way to at least like control time possession to keep Baker off the field and all that. But the only way if Tampa Bay wins this game is that if their defense can find a way to rattle Josh Allen and force him into some bad mistakes and cause bad sacks and turnovers. And, and all of a sudden, if Baker Mayfield can go on another game-winning drive to keep the Bills' offense off the field. So, yeah. So, I think the Bills can win by a field goal. I'm probably going to say the Bills win like 34-30 or like 30-27, 23-20, 27-23, something like that. Somewhere in that range. So, I'll take the Bucs to cover, but I'm going to take the Bills to win the game. Next game, we have the Houston Texans against the Tennessee Titans. Texans is 5.5-point favorites against the Titans. Now, we already know I'm taking the Texans to win this game, and I'm taking them to cover. And the reason why I'm taking the Texans to win is because the Texans they're just a more complete team, and they got better coaching. They got the better defense, which I thought the Texans did win that game by a defensive touchdown, which that was amazing. The Titans stink. I mean, Cam Ward, he stinks. The offense stinks. The defense is just a little bit up and down, but it's not as good. I mean, Davis Mills, CJ Stroud out. I mean, I don't care. Davis Mills did beat this Titans team before. I feel like he can do it again. And, the Texans defense should be able to force them, should be able to play good this game. I mean, now we know the offense can't score points, but I think it's going to be a little bit of a defensive game. So I'm probably going to say like 20-17, 17-13, something like that. I think it's going to be more of like a lower scoring game than we expected. I think the Titans I feel like the Titans come off a bye could totally help. So, yeah, but, at the same time, their offense, I mean, the Titans offense can't produce and they can't score points. So, yeah, so I could totally see the Texans blowing them out because if they can really get up early, they can totally blow the Titans out, which I could totally see it happening. But anyways, it doesn't matter if CJ Stroud is playing or not. It doesn't matter if he's not playing. I still got Houston winning, and I still got Houston covering. Like, I'm not taking Tennessee to cover. Like, it's not happening. I mean, Titans can't cover anything except for the Cardinals, which that's a game they totally covered. But that's not going to happen. But I got the Texans both ways. I got Texans to win and cover. Now, as y'all know, last time when these two teams played, the Texans whooped them 26-0. Now we can see it happening again because we know Titans have no offense. But anyway, so give me the Texans to win and to cover. Next game, we have the Chicago Bears against the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is 2.5-point favorites against the Bears. Um, Minnesota is coming off of a loss against the Ravens, while the Bears are coming off a win against the Giants. Now, the Bears don't really impress me because basically the Bears should have lost to the Giants like they should have. And here's why. The Bears so far did not look good, especially offensively. Like, they did not look good on offense until like the late in the game where their offense produced. But the defense, it's been playing a lot better, but it's not good. I mean, Caleb Williams, I mean, he's playing better. The offense is playing better because, as you all know, the Bears, they got like the third best scoring offense in football right now. The Vikings, their offense is not as good, but their defense is playing better though, as you all see. Because the Vikings defense is playing better, but here's the thing. They're missing some guys on defense, as you all know. As I look at the update, Jonathan Grenard is out due to a shoulder injury, which that's their best pass rusher. Ryan Kelly's on IR with a concussion, so we're missing one offensive lineman. So the Vikings don't have much injuries though, but the Bears are missing some guys on defense. Now T.J. Edwards is out with a hand injury. Jalen Johnson. I saw the Bears open up his practice window, so he probably not going to be able to play. Brisker's questionable with a back injury. So the Bears really have a few injuries on defense. Now, I feel like with Brian Flores, what the Vikings can do to win this game is that I feel like the defense, like if Brian Flores, if they can find a way to at least like do what he did against the Bears last time, he has a chance though, because I feel like, if you blitz, because I feel like you don't want to blitz him too much, because I feel like the Vikings, Brian Flores is gonna like do everything he can to at least like get after Caleb Williams. Like if he can find a way to at least like, because Caleb, can find out where to throw to and where not to throw to, and and all that. But I feel like the Bears, I don't know if their offense is gonna be able to move the ball, and I don't know if they're gonna be able to score points. I'm not sure they're gonna be able to score 30 against this defense. Like I don't know if because I don't even know if this defense is going to be able to score points against. I don't even know if they can, because the Bears so far should have at least won that game against Minnesota, but they didn't though, because Minnesota, like the offense was producing, but because we know Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota, their defense is really good, but their offense can't produce. So maybe the Bears defense plays a lot better here, and the Vikings defense has struggled at times, but they've been good against the run than earlier in the season. But they've been struggling against the pass at times, but their pass defense is really good. And the Bears could struggle with that. And we know the Bears have been doing a good job running the ball, because they've been doing a good job running the ball, especially against the Giants and the Bengals. So yeah, so their run game's been really good, but I just don't know if they're gonna be able to run the ball against a Vikings front seven that's good. I mean, I could totally see the Vikings winning, but I feel like this game will totally be close. I feel like it's gonna be fun to watch, but my mind's telling me to take Minnesota, but something's telling me Chicago. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So I'm I'm gonna take the Bears to win. I got the Bears winning. I think the Bears will win because I think the Bears has a better offense. I think they'll find a way to at least score in the red zone. And Caleb can find a way to make some throws here, especially against his defense as well. I think they can beat their defense as well. And I think the Bears, defense can find a way to give JJ McCarthy and his Vikings offense a lot of trouble, which I think they can. So yeah, so basically, I'm gonna take the Bears to win straight up, but I don't love it. I'm gonna say they win by one score, maybe 23-20, or maybe they win 26-23, something like that. 23-19. I think it's gonna be more of like a defensive game. So yeah, so I got the Bears straight up as my underdog pick. Because I feel like the Bears are playing good football right now, and they're looking to at least clinch a playoff spot. And we know the Vikings, I feel like they're going to be playing for next year because I don't think the Vikings are as good. So, yeah, I got the Bears straight up. All right, next game, we have the Green Bay Packers against the New York Giants. The Packers are 7.5-point favorites against the Giants. Now, we know the Giants got Jameis Winston coming, which I'm so excited to see because he's singing the greatest city of the world. Now, I don't know. Now the question is, can I take Jameis Winston and this Giants team to pull off the upset? I don't know because we know the Packers offense has not been playing. Now we know the Packers have not been looking good so far. I mean, now their defense has totally been playing really good in some games, but it's just that their offense can't produce. I mean, Matt LaFleur seems like he doesn't know what to do with his receivers. Because all they're just doing is run the ball, and their offense is not playing really good. They're just getting threes and outs, just drop passes, sloppy plays, and we know Matt LaFleur doesn't know what he's doing with his weapons. Like, the Packers receiving corps beat up. Now, Matthew Gold did not play this week. He did not play last week. We don't know if he's going to play this week. Romeo Doubs got injured, but I think he will play this week because I feel like he was limited in practice. Let me look at this. Let me look at the injury report because I gotta pay it. I'm not good at looking at this. I mean, Matthew Golden was limited in practice. So he's questionable to play, which I highly doubt he plays. They already lost Tucker Kraft because he's on IR. Their offensive line's beat up with injuries. Alshon Jenkins got hurt. Jaden Reese on IR, which I don't know. So the Packers are beat up with some injuries, especially Lucas Van Ness, their best pass rusher. He's hurt. So the Packers are just beat up with some injuries offensively. It's just that their offense is not able to produce. Now, the Giants' defense is really bad because they've been bad all year. I mean, they're not good against the run. They're not good against the pass, and they got no offense. Like, their offense is not good. I think the Packers' defense can have a good game here. I think the Packers' offense plays a lot better here. But the only way the Packers' offense got to play a lot better, they need to run the ball. And if you can't run the ball against a bad Giants run defense, you will be in really big trouble. Like, you will be. Against a bad Giants run defense, I'm totally not taking. I don't even know. I mean, Jameis Winston. I mean, he's probably gonna show the Giants proof the game. I mean, he's gonna show some proof. Like he might get his team ready. Like he's probably gonna toss some touchdowns, and he'll probably gonna test these corners on the outside. But the Packers secondary is not good. I mean, the Giants don't really have a lot of good weapons on offense, and without Malik Nabers and Cam Scatterboo, I don't see it. I mean, the Giants. I mean, they even put up 20 without Malik Nabers. I don't know if they can do it against this Packer defense. So I think the game will be close, but I'm gonna take the Packers to win just because I think the Packers are just a more complete team, and they have the better quarterback and coaching staff. And I just don't really trust the Giants offense to at least move the ball against this Packer defense that's not as good. Against this Packers defense that's good. And I don't really trust I don't really trust the Giants offense to move the ball, but so I think the defense, I think it could be a defensive game though. So I'm gonna take this Packers team to win. I'll take them to cover as well. I don't know if I'm gonna take the Giants to cover. Now the Giants did look pretty good against the Bears for like the third quarter until they collapsed. So there's a possibility the Giants can pull off an upset, but I don't see it because the Packers are trying to look to bounce back after coming off two straight losses, and their playoff hopes are still alive. So yeah, so basically, I'm gonna take the Packers to win. I'll take the Packers to cover. Next game, we have the Cincinnati Bengals against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers are favored by 4.5. Um, so I think this game right here can go either way. Now the question is, can the Bengals sweep the Steelers? I don't know because we know Steelers defense was really bad and their offense was so terrible last week. Like they couldn't score against the Chargers, and Aaron Rodgers looked pathetic out there because the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals, their defense is huge. I don't know if I trust the Bengals to sweep the Steelers come off a bye, especially how pathetic they look on defense. Because the defense, though the Bengals looks putrid. I mean, they're dealing with some injuries on defense because they already ruled out Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart, their best D linemen and tackles in football. So I feel like with those guys out, I feel like that can totally help the Steelers offense. They might be able to run the ball in this game. And it might be, and their offense might be able to produce because they're playing against a Bengals defense that's the worst in football. Because we know the Bengals defense, they cannot stop the run, they cannot stop the pass. I feel like the Steelers offense plays better in this game, and the defense so far, I feel like it could play a lot better, but at the same time, they're playing against Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and without Darius Slay, I just don't know if the Steelers defense is going to be able to cover these guys because they just switched Jalen Ramsey to safety now, and now with Darius Slay out, I mean I don't know who's going to cover Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and we know that Joey Porter he's not that good, and he's not good in man coverage. And Joe Flacco's been very good lately in man coverage. Now, the Bengals offense is playing a lot good. I give them credit, but their defense stinks. Like, I can't see it, though. So, basically, I think it will be a close game. It will be high scoring, but I'm taking the Steelers to win. I don't see the Bengals sweeping them. The only way the Bengals win this game is that their defense can find a way to get a stop when they need to get a stop, and their offense can find a way to at least beat the Steelers defense. But I really trust Steelers to win because they're at home in this game. They want revenge after that loss against the Bengals like in week 7. So yeah, so I'm definitely taking the Steelers to win. I'll take Cincinnati to cover to keep it close. I think it will be a high scoring game. Probably like 37-30, 34-30, something like that. So yeah, so I got the Bengals covering, got the Steelers winning because I feel like the Steelers got more to play for because they're looking to hang on first place in the division, and the Bengals are looking to play for next year because I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. So yeah, so I'm gonna take the Steelers to win and the Bengals to cover. Next game we have the Los Angeles Chargers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chargers are 2.5-point favorites against the Jags. Now this could totally be my trap game of the week because I feel like I feel like that that it could go either way because um I feel like the Chargers, they're coming off a big win against the Steelers, and the Jags are coming off a loss against the Texans. Like, here's the thing. How can this Jags defense give up 30 points to Davis Mills who can't score points? Like, how do you do that? Mm. So yeah, so this game can go either way. Like I just don't really know if I trust Jacksonville's to win this game because here's the thing. Jacksonville's got a really good offense, but their defense is just bad. Like they can't stop anybody. Now Jacksonville's defense did play good in the first half against the Texans until like late in the fourth quarter. They just blew that game seriously. Like and like until Trevor Lawrence had like a late fumble in like the fourth quarter. Until like the fourth quarter, where the Texans defense kind of blew it though. Like I didn't really see it. Like that was a good Texans defense, but now Jacksonville is playing against an offense that's really good. Now the Chargers offense looked pretty good against Pittsburgh. Now, now I feel like the Chargers are playing with. I feel like the Chargers. I feel like their offensive line is beat up with some injuries, but I just don't know if Jacksonville's defense is going to be able to get pressure or step up against this beat up offensive line the Chargers have because we know the Chargers, their run game's a little bit up and down. Their passing offense is really good because they got some weapons that can really rip up any defense like Jacksonville, like Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, and Ladd McConkey. Their defense so far is really good. Their pass rush is really good. They can get after the quarterback. They can like get pressure. I feel like they're really sound I feel like the Chargers pass defense plays with a lot of sound. Like their sound through their pass defense. It's been like the best in football. Like because now their defense is like a top 10 unit in football, and Jacksonville's defense. As I look at their stats, let me look at the stats. I gotta look at this. Okay, so basically, the Chargers pass defense, they're third overall in total defense, and they're fifth in pass defense. The Jags so far pass defense is 28th, and they're fifth in rush defense. So they're good against the run and the pass. But at the same time, I just have a feeling that Jacksonville's defense is going to get a lot tested here, especially against this Chargers offense, especially against this Chargers high-powered offense that's ranked fifth in total offense, especially seventh in passing offense. So yeah, so basically, I feel like it's gonna be close. I can see Jacksonville pull off an upset, but I'm gonna take the Chargers to win because I think the Chargers are the more complete team. I think Herbert's a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence, and they got pretty much have the better coaching staff. So yeah, I mean, would I be shocked if Jacksonville won this game? No, but I just have a feeling the Chargers are just a more. I mean, I know it's in Jacksonville, but I feel like the Chargers are just an overall better team, better coach and quarterback team, and I feel like I trust their offense more. And the Jacksonville are beat up with some injuries offensively. Now Brian Thomas could be back, which I totally could be huge. And the Chargers got better receiving weapons, so I'm gonna take the Chargers to win. I'm gonna take the Chargers to cover, and that's how I see it. I'm going to say they win by one score, like maybe a 27-20 or maybe like a 34-27, something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers to win. I'm going to take the Chargers to cover. Next game, we have the Seattle Seahawks against the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are 3.5-point favorites against the Seahawks. The Rams are coming off a big win against the 49ers, and the Seahawks are coming off a big win against the Cardinals. Now, this could totally be game of the week. Now, I could totally see this game right here going either way. Now, who could I trust more, the Rams or Seattle? Now, Seattle pretty much has a really good defense, and the Rams, pretty much have a really good defense as well. Their pass rush is good, but the Rams' pass defense stinks. Like, here's what the Rams like to do defensively. They like to play a lot of zone, and if you're playing like soft zone coverage against Seattle, you're going to be in trouble because I know the Seahawks have really good receivers like Jackson Smith and Jigba, Cooper Kupp, Could be a Cooper Cup revenge game. And also Rashid Shaheed. Like, they got some weapons that can really give the Rams defense a lot of problems. Their offensive line of Seattle is playing good. Their defense is totally the best in football. Like, basically last week, DeMarcus Lawrence had a breakout game, especially with 2 defensive touchdowns. Their pass defense so far is playing at a high level. Their run defense playing really good, especially the Rams' deep run defense is good as well, but they just can't stop the pass. And Seattle's pass defense has not been very good lately. So, and the Rams do got some weapons that can really, really like threaten them as well, like Cooper Cup, Puka Nacua. The Rams' run game has been better, but I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball in this game. Now, I did hear that Kobe Turner was on the injury report dealing with an injury, so that's something you got to watch, which I hope he plays. Now, this game right here could totally be a high-scoring game. I can totally see it because when we saw the Seahawks play against the Buccaneers, they allowed it like 38 to the Bucs. So, yeah, so basically, I think this game right here is going to be fun to watch. I think it will be close. But I just don't really know if I really trust Sam Darnold on the road against in LA, where it's kind of tough to play at, especially if he, like, I feel like the Rams, what they can do defensively, here's what they can do. They can just force Sam Darnold off his first read, and they can also stop the run, play some man coverage, because we know the Rams don't have any good cornerbacks, which I think they can do. They can blitz and cause turnovers and bad sacks and all that. So I like the Rams here. I think it will be close. I think it will be a high-scoring game. But I'm going to take the Rams to win because I think the Rams pretty much own this team, and I feel like they're pretty much are a better team than Seattle. And I feel like Sean McVay, really knows how to, like, prepare for this game and pretty much know how to prepare for this Seahawks team whenever they play. And, yeah. So basically, I'm going to take the Rams to win. I'm going to take Seattle to cover to keep this close because I think, Seattle's going to, like, do much offensively. They're going to score some points. They're going to, like, do that. So I'm going to take – so I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams will score in the 30s. Maybe they like 34, 31, 41, 38, something like that. So, yeah, so I'm going to take the Rams to win. I'm going to take the Seahawks to cover because I think the Rams pretty much have the better quarterback. They have the better coaching staff. And I think they're a better team, and that's pretty much why I think the Rams will win. But Seattle will cover to keep this close, which I predicted. All right, next game. We have the San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona Cardinals. The Niners are 2.5-point favorites against the Cardinals. Now, obviously, I got the 49ers win this game. And I got the 49ers covering. And the reason for it is that, the 49ers are getting a little healthier on offense. Now, I did hear news that Brock Purdy is going to start this week. And Ricky Pearsall is going to start this week, which that's good news. So they're getting a little healthier on offense, even though Brandon Ayuk is missing. The defense, I feel like they could be getting a little healthier, though, but there are missing some guys. But Robert Saleh, he's going to get his guys playing because we see the Niners defense totally getting smoked by the Rams, especially by Matthew Stafford with 4 passing touchdowns. Like, yeah, I mean, they lost that game by a lot. And the Cardinals got destroyed by Seattle, though, which their offense did not produce really well. Now, the Cardinals do not have Marvin Harrison Jr. playing this game, so their offense, so that's a huge loss. Another huge loss pass to the Cardinals offense. All I just got is Trey McBride. I'm not scared of Greg Dortch or Zay Jones or anything. I mean, they don't really have a lot of good weapons on the outside that can really threaten you, who can scare defenses like San Francisco. Especially San Francisco's defense is playing really good. But it's been a little up and down. I think Robert Saleh is going to get his guys going. Now, last time when these two teams played, the Niners did win that game with Mac Jones. But now this is a different Niners team where they're getting Brock Purdy back and where they're getting their offense back. So I think the Niners offense will play better. They're going to score some points. But this could totally be a blowout. I mean, if the Niners can get up early, they could totally blow the Cardinals out, which I would not be shocked if that happened. But it could be closer, though, if the Cardinals defense plays really good. But they just gave 44 points to Seattle. Like, that's crazy. And I don't trust Jacoby Brissett, especially against a good defense like the Niners, which Robert Saleh, what's he gonna do? He's gonna send blitzes. He's gonna send four-man rush. He's gonna do everything to confuse Jacoby Brissett. And I wouldn't trust him against that defense of the Niners, but that's playing really good and playing at a high level right now. And their young defense is playing really good right now. I mean, I don't really know their players, but they're playing good. I mean, Lenore is questionable to play due to, which I highly doubt he will play due to an injury. I think the Niners defense dominates in this game. I feel like the game can totally be close. It could be a blowout, but I really trust San Francisco to come through with this. So I'm gonna take the Niners to win because they're the more complete team, have the better quarterback and coaching staff, and they have more to play for because they're looking to clinch a playoff spot, while the Cardinals are looking to play for next year, and they don't have Kyler playing this game, which that totally helps. So I'm gonna take the Niners to win and the Niners to cover. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens against the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens are favored by 7.5 points. I got the Ravens winning this game. I got them covering. Yeah, I did hear that Lamar Jackson's on the injury report, but he is fully healthy, so I don't know if he's going to be looking 100%. But I will take the Ravens to win, but I'll take the Browns to cover because the Browns defense is really good. They can get after the quarterback. They can force mistakes, like they don't allow you to run them over. I mean, they literally got like the third best defense in football, but their offense just can't produce. Like, it's not as good. But the Ravens got better offense, though. I mean, they can run the ball, they can throw the ball, which I don't think they're going to be able to do much because we know the Browns are good against the run, and at times they're bad against the pass, but they're really good against the pass, and that's something the Ravens could totally struggle with. I mean, the Browns, now I did hear news that Bateman's out, which I don't think that's a huge loss. I mean, the Browns do got some guys in second that can cover the Ravens receivers. So, yeah, I mean, the Browns' offensive line is not good, and the Ravens' pass rush is insane, so they can find a way to get after Dylan Gabriel. Because I wouldn't trust a rookie against that defense of Baltimore. Yeah, so I think, this game, right? But I can totally see a possible Browns upset, but I don't see it. But I feel like the defense can hang around this game, and they can force Lamar into some mistakes. But last time when these two teams played, they did split, and the Browns did beat them with Jameis last year. But I just don't really know if the Browns offense is going to be able to do much in this game to score some points against a really good Ravens defense. Now, the Ravens defense, they've been struggling against the run lately, and they've been struggling against the pass. Can the Browns run the ball against them? Can they throw the ball against them? I don't know. We'll probably see. But at the same time, the Ravens are just a more complete team, and they have the better quarterback and coaching staff. And they're looking to clinch a playoff spot as well. They're trying to look to get in the playoff race and looking to keep their playoff hopes alive. And the Browns are playing for next year. So I'm taking the Ravens. So basically, I'm taking the Ravens to win straight up. Like, I don't care if the game's in Cleveland. Like, I'm taking the Ravens to win straight up. And I'll take the Browns to cover to keep it close. So, yeah, I like the Ravens here. I like the Ravens here. All right, next game, we have the Kansas City Chiefs against the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites against the Broncos. Now, the Broncos are totally on a hot streak right now, and the Chiefs are totally coming off a loss against, a really good Bills team, but they're coming off a bye as well. The Chiefs, are dealing with some injuries. Now, they don't have Pacheco playing, which he's going to be out for this game, because we know the Chiefs can't run the ball, and the Broncos can't run the ball as much. But they can, though. They have a better running game than the Chiefs. But the bad news is that J.K. Dobbins is out. He's going to miss time. And now they're going to move to R.J. Harvey at running back. So I don't think both teams are going to be able to run the ball as much, but maybe they could throw the ball as much. Um, as you look at it, the Chiefs defense is playing better, is playing with a lot of sound. The Broncos defense is playing with a lot of sound right now. Now, the Broncos looked at horrible offensively, but the defense looked at pretty good. But they're playing good on defense, just that their offense nearly can't produce. Like they almost lost to a bad Raiders team, where they lost to Geno Smith, who couldn't even score points. They made Geno Smith look like a CFL quarterback in that game. And the Chiefs so far are coming off a bye and they're well rested. They could be healthy off the bye. I mean, Pacheco, he's going to be out for this game. Well, I know that sucks. But, I think the Broncos offense is really not as good as the Chiefs, and the Chiefs offense is better than last year. So, which I think what the Chiefs can do defensively. Now, Chiefs defense is playing a lot of sound, especially through the run defense and pass defense, which I think the Chiefs can do defensively. They can just force Bo Nix off his first read, play some man coverage against these receivers. I mean, Broncos don't have a good receiving core, and also they can just stop the run. But yeah, I mean, can the Broncos win if their front seven dominates? Sure, but the Broncos are missing Pat Surtain, and without Pat Surtain, I don't really see the Broncos defense able to move the ball. I don't really think I don't really know the Broncos defense. I feel like it's going to hurt them, and it's probably going to be too much to overcome. But they found a way to do that against the Texans and the Raiders. But this is also a different Chiefs team that has really good offense, that has really good defense. And the Chiefs' offense is playing a little bit better than people think, and their defense is playing a little bit better than people think. And I don't think Denver can keep up. So I'm going to take the Chiefs to win because I think the Chiefs are a more complete team, and they need this win more. And they're pretty much a more complete team that has a better quarterback. And I just think their defense is going to win them this game. So I think it's going to be a lower scoring game, more like a 20-16, 16-13, 13-10, something like that. More like a lower scoring game. Because we know Denver at home is really tough to play at, and their defense is good at home. And they haven't lost a game at home, and they're a different team at home as well. But I just have a feeling the Chiefs really need this win more than the Broncos. Because I feel like the Broncos are going to be due for a loss because they were so lucky they beat the Texans and they beat the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. Yeah, I know they have 10 days to rest, but I just really think that the Chiefs, I just think they're going to I think they have more ways to win. So I'm going to take the Chiefs to win. I'll take the Broncos to cover to keep it close. So, yeah, I mean, I could call it my trap game, but I would not be shocked if the Broncos won. But I just have a feeling Kansas City has the edge here. All right, next game, we have the Detroit Lions against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorites against the Lions. This game right here can go either way. The Lions so far, they're dealing with a lot of injuries. I mean, as you go through the list here, let me go through the list of injuries that the Lions have. I did also hear news that Sam Laporta is going to be sidelined due to a back injury. And they just ruled out Kirby Joseph again due to a knee injury. I don't know how serious that is. Davenport's on IR. Yeah, and DJ Reed is still on IR, and now they're saying that he's listed as questionable, and they say he has a real chance to return to the game. But I feel like he will. Terrion Arnold, he's ruled out due to concussion, so he probably won't play this game. So the Lions are kind of like having so many and Amik Robinson's questionable with a hamstring. They say he's questionable to play, but he was limited, so he should play in that game. And the Lions' offensive line is dealing with a lot of injuries. Sewell is questionable due to a ankle injury, which I highly doubt he'll play. Which I think he will. Decker's questionable. He's limited. He'll probably play. So yeah. I mean, other than that, I mean, half of their defense dealing with a lot of injuries. so far the Eagles look a little bit more healthier on paper, other than they're missing a droid who's out, and Marcus Epps, he's out. So the Eagles are getting a lot healthier on are getting more healthier though, which I could totally see Philly winning this game though. But I feel like I could take the Eagles to win because the Eagles, they're at home in this game and they look more healthier. But at the same time, I feel like this game could be a lot closer than we expected. I could see it being a high scoring game. I could see Philly win this game since they're more healthier. But what I've seen from the Eagles, they're really not a good team. I mean, they did not look pretty good on offense, and they barely beat the Packers. But the defense is playing really good, though. We could totally see them giving the Lions offense a lot of fits. But the Lions play a lot of sound. But the Lions are very sound on defense, especially their pass defense is playing with a lot of sound, especially their run defenses. Like, the Lions offense is playing a lot of sound, which they did against the Commanders, though, against the Commanders team, which that's a Commanders team, which is defense pretty bad and with a bad offense. But I feel like this game's going to be close, though. But I'm going to take the Lions to win this game. I don't love it, but I'm going to take the Lions. Even though they're injured. And the Lions have been finding, and the reason for it is that, I think the Lions can match the Eagles' physicality. They pretty much have the pass rush to get after Jalen Hurts, who holds onto the ball for so long. And they can stop the run really good. They can force Jalen Hurts off his first read, force some mistakes. And they can play some man coverage against the Eagles receivers. I mean, I think DJ Reed and Meek Robinson will play in this game. I could be wrong, but I think they will. Brian Branch, I mean, he's fully healthy, so you got him to step up against Dallas Goedert. So I like the matchup here for the Lions. I would not be shocked if the Eagles win this game, but the only way the Eagles win this game is that their offense could produce and their defense can totally get a stop when they need to get a stop and all that. But I think if Jalen Hurts, like if they go for a game-winning drive, like control time possession, keep Jared Goff off the field and all that. So, yes, I mean, the Eagles' defense is playing really good, and so is the Lions, but I trust the Lions more offensively to find more ways to win. I think they'll find a way to at least, like, control the game, keep Hurts off the sideline and all that. And I really think their defense can win them this game, like, force them into some bad turnovers, mistakes. Just like that, I feel like they can do what the Giants did, and they can do what Denver did and all that. So, yeah, so I'm going to take the Lions straight up. I think it's going to be like 27-23, 23-20, something like that. So, yeah. I got the Lions to win straight up. Wait, will I be shocked if Philly won? No, but I think the Lions will find a way to do it. All right, then last game, Monday Night Football. We got the Dallas Cowboys against the Las Vegas Raiders. Dallas is favored by 3.5. Obviously, I got the Cowboys winning this game. Dallas needs to respond like they need to. Like, they did not look pretty good on offense. Like, they shoot themselves in the foot on Monday night against the Cardinals. But I feel like they're coming off a bye and they should be well rested. And I feel like with Overshown coming back, I feel like it could help their defense. Adding Logan Wilson and Quentin Williams for the bye, I feel like it should totally help their defense. I think their defense can play a lot better here, and I think the offense plays a lot better here. Yeah, the Raiders have a good defense, but they're really not. But they're just up and down. They're just average. And the Raiders got no offense. Like, Geno Smith, he's not really good. Like, they can't run the football. They can't throw the football. I think Dallas defense plays a lot better here. I feel like, especially with their improved defense, with the additions that they have, I think they'll find a way to at least, like play better. I feel like they'll find a way to stop the run, force Geno off his first read, play some man coverage the way they should. And the Raiders don't have a lot of good weapons on offense that can really scare me. Tyler Lockett, he's not really good. He's running through in quicksand. Brock Bowers really good tight end. Like, other than that, they don't have a lot of good weapons on offense that can really scare defenses. But I feel like as long as they show up and their offense can find a way to move the ball and their defense can find a way to at least produce and play better, they have a shot here. And, sure, can the Raiders win this game if their offense produces and their defense finds a way to dominate? Sure. But at the same time, I feel like Dallas' offense is way too good, especially in the passing game. Their running game is starting to improve really good. And I don't think the Raiders are going to keep up. So I feel like this is a must-win game for Dallas if they really want to keep their season alive. Because the Raiders, they suck. Like, they're sorry. Like, their offense stinks. Their defense is a little bit up and down. Like, no. Dallas needs to win this game. And this is the last time I'm picking them to win this game. If they don't win this game, I'm not going to pick Dallas for a month. I'm saying I'm not going to pick the Cowboys for a month. So I'm just saying. So they really need to win this game if they really want to keep their season, if they really want to keep their playoff hopes alive. So, yeah, so basically, I'm taking Dallas to win straight up. They need this win more than the Raiders because the Raiders are looking to get a top 3 to 5 pick in the draft in the upcoming 2026. So, yeah, so basically, I got the Cowboys winning this game because I feel like they're getting a little healthier on defense, and especially on the offensive line. So, yeah, I think Dallas wins, but I'm going to take the Raiders to cover the 3 because I think their offense can play a lot better here in this game because the Cowboys defense is really bad. I think their offense plays better. It could be a higher scoring game, but the Raiders haven't scored 30. So I'm going to say the Cowboys win like a 31-27 or maybe a 27-24, something like that. So, yeah, giving the Raiders to cover, give me the Cowboys with their improved defense to win this game. Especially because, it's in Vegas, but at the same time, Dak Prescott, I mean, the Cowboys got the better quarterback. They pretty much got the better offense, especially the better passing offense in football, which is top 3. And I just don't see how the Raiders cover CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson, and George Pickens, which that's a tough offense to stop. Because we know the Cowboys, what they can do on offense, they can run it, they can throw it. I think their offense does play better in this game. And the Raiders don't have the corners and safeties to match up with the Cowboys' weaponry. So it's going to be too much for the Raiders' defense to handle. And Dak will be too much. I feel like he has a better game here. So that's pretty much why I got the Cowboys winning. But I'll take the Raiders to cover, though, to keep it close. Well, all right, guys. Those are all my Week 11 picks for this week. Thank you guys for watching. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, just let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I mean, let me know in the comments section below what you guys think who will win Week 11. Well, this is Emmanuel Jones for Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more of my NFL prediction videos, especially through the playlist and all that. So, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.